Mr. Han here. These are our notes for triangle sum theorem. So we're going to be looking at triangles and taking the angles and adding them together. So if you forget what the word sum means, it's the answer to an addition problem. So the sum of 2 and 3 equals 5, right? So when we add 2 and 3, the sum is 5. So sum is just a vocabulary word we use for when we add numbers. So the triangle sum theorem says, and it is, when you add up all the angles of a triangle, right? The triangle sum theorem, we add up all the sides of the triangle. It will be 360 degrees total. Okay. So if you add up the three sides, three angles, it's going to equal 180. Did I say 360? 180. Take two. I'm not going to restart, but it's going to be 180 degrees. So take a look at this first example. We're going to solve for x. X meaning this, and we don't know what that value is, right? But we do know that if we add three angles, okay, it's going to equal 180 degrees. So what I need to do, add 90, 46, and x, and they should equal the sum, right? When we add them together, is going to equal 180. So 90 plus 46 plus x equals 180 degrees. That's what we're learning right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add 90 plus 46. 90 plus 46, 136. I don't like that little dot. 136 plus x equals 180. Right? Subtract 136 from both sides, and x equals answer minus 1. Oops. It's going to be 180 minus answer. So x equals 44. So that means that this angle right here is 44 degrees. Okay. And if I add the three together, 90 plus 46, 90 plus 46 plus 44, I get 180. Okay. So that's what we're learning right now. If we add the triangles, the angles of the triangles, they're always going to equal 180. So here's our second example. We're going to take all three sides. I keep saying sides, but I mean angle. Okay. Now notice that there's two x's. We're just going to add them and then divide by 2 later. 80 plus x equals 180. And this is also an isosceles triangle. Okay. So that means that those two, they have two angles that equal. So we're going to add this together. We're going to combine like terms. We have 2x plus 80 equals 180. Subtract 80 from both sides. 2x equals 100. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 50. So that means that each of these angles right here, they both equal 50 degrees. 50 degrees. Right? And this right here is just saying that these two are congruent. They're the same. Same shape, same size, yeah. Okay. So that's the basics, right? Now we're going to combine this with another concept. Okay, so hopefully so far you're on the right track. Okay, so here we're going to solve for x. Now notice that we're missing this angle. We're missing this angle, right? But we do know something else. we know that this angle right here is a total of 180 degrees. I'm actually going to write that in red. This is a total of 180 degrees. Okay, so we're going to take this unknown, we're going to call it y. Why not? A variable, right? Some number. Y plus 120 equals 180. Okay, and we're going to solve for this unknown y. Subtract 120 from both sides, and y equals 60. So this y right here, we'll erase it and put 60 degrees. This is taking what we know from our last lesson, right? This right here has a supplementary relationship, and there's a straight line, and it's going to add up to 180 degrees. Let's actually move that. Right. So now we know that a triangle, if we add the angles together, that they're going to add up to 180. So we're going to go ahead and add. So take the 60, right? We're going to add 60 plus 70, right? 70 right here, and x. And if we add those three together, we're going to get 180. 70 plus 60 is 130, plus x equals 180, minus 130, minus 130, x equals 50. Okay, so right here, this x is 50 degrees. Now, this is something that's going to help us, this problem that we just worked with, it's going to help us understand a concept called remote exterior angle. So, wow, my hair's out of control. Okay, so in this example number 3, okay, 120 is called the exterior angle. Think of exterior like the word exterior design. That means that somebody is designing something on the outside, right? Or interior design would be inside. So how a house would look. That's what the word interior designer comes from, if you've ever heard of that. And exterior just means outside. So 120 is an exterior angle to the triangle. Notice that how 120 compares to 70 and x. Now, if you remember, we just solved for x, and x is 50 right here. So we're going to go ahead and put in 50. So how does 120 compare to 70 and x and 50, right? So what can we do to 70 and 50? That's what I'm asking you. What's the relationship, right? How can we make them equal? And what we're going to see is that if we add, right, these two remote interior angles, they're going to equal the exterior angle. Okay, so there's another theorem we're going to learn about right now. We're going to be talking about remote exterior angle theorem. Now, the remote exterior angle, 120, for this example right here. And the remote exterior angle is always going to be the angle that's on the outside, okay? And the remote is saying that these two are on the other side, okay? So these two are on the other side of this interior angle that we just saw. So it's saying when there's a remote exterior angle, okay? So the remote exterior angle blanks the sum of the two remote interior angles, and it's going to be equals. So what it's saying right here is that the remote exterior angle, 120, okay, that's going to equal, right? It's going to equal the remote interior angles. Those are the other two angles right here, and it's not including the one that it's touching. That's why it's a remote exterior angle. Okay, so if we know that, that's a theorem we can use. Now, in the next problem, I'm going to explain the why. So stick with me here. But this is another theorem, another way of understanding triangle. So let's take a look. Here's a remote exterior angle. Okay, that's 4x, right? And that's going to equal 88 plus 32. If I add those two together, right, that's going to equal 4x. Now, we're going to use this theorem first, the remote exterior angle theorem, and solve for this unknown, or solve for x, right? And then we're actually going to compare it to that. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this. So 88 plus 32, those are the remote interior angles. That's going to equal the exterior angle, which is 4x. Okay, and then I'm just going to solve 32 plus 88 is 120. Divide both sides by 4, and x equals 30. Okay. Oh, what just happened? Oh, there we go. So, well, we're told to solve for x, so that's what we did. That's our answer, okay? But here, I want to take a look, right? 4x equals 120. Now, if I have to restart this. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to bring your attention to two different things. First is the concept of the sum of the interior angles, right? Sum of the triangle, the angles of the triangle equals 180. So that means that 88 plus 32 plus, and we're going to call this y just because we're already using the variable x, okay? So y plus y equals 180. Right, so if we add the three angles of a triangle, the sum of the three interior angles equals 180. We also know, right, that this is a straight line right here. Okay, I'll use just blue just so you can see. This right here is a straight line. Okay, so that means that 4x plus y equals 180. Okay, those are two different things that we know, okay? And we're going to use this to help us understand the remote exterior angle theorem, okay? So here, I'm just going to move this over, okay? And notice right here that 88 plus 32, right? That plus y equals 180. But look, 4x plus y equals 180. That means that this portion right here, that's all the same, right? So whatever's in here, in the pink, has to be the same thing as whatever's here. Okay? So that's how we get this remote exterior angle. Notice that 4x is on the outside, right? So 4x equals 88 plus 32. And that's exactly what we have here. So that's how we get the remote exterior angle, okay? But that's something that we can learn now. Okay, that means that the exterior angle always equals the two remote opposite, right, interior angles. So here, let's do this one. This is the the exterior angle. So 5x equals the two interior angles that are, right, not touching that one. So 66 plus x plus 10. And I'm going to solve for x because that's our goal, right? That's our instruction. So 5x equals 66 plus x plus 10. 66 plus 10 is 76 plus x equals 5x. Subtract the x from both sides. 4x equals 76. 76 divided by 4 is 19. Easy peasy, right? We just solved for x using this concept of exterior exterior, I'm blanking out, remote exterior angle theorem. Okay, so that's how we use this theorem. I try to explain right here why, right? Knowing that the interior angles, right, these three angles, they add up to 180. So that's what we got here. But we also know that when we add these two together, they equal 180. So 4x plus y equals 180. And we notice that these two are the same. So that means that the remaining portion has to be equal. So 88 plus 32 has to equal 4x. And that's what we wrote over here. And that's the remote exterior angle theorem. Okay. Hopefully that's something that can help you. I'm going to jump into the homework really quick, just go over a couple of the problems. So now you're going to be using everything you know about triangles or straight lines or supplementary and complementary angles. Okay. So here to solve this, you're going to be looking for the measure of angle AOD. And that just means that you're going to start with point A, go to O, right? And then go to D. So it's asking for this right here. What is this angle right here? Well, these are vertical angles. So we know that that equals each other, so 97 degrees. Okay? AOB. I'm going to do an orange. So I'm going to start from A, go to O, and then go to B. So that's asking for this portion right here. Well, that means that this is a straight line, right? This is 97. So that means that 97 plus, let's call this x, equals 180. So 97 plus x equals 180. Subtract 97 from both sides. So this is like last week's homework, or your last homework assignment's homework. 180 minus 97, come on, is 83. So x equals 83. So this is 83 degrees. The next one, angle SQR. So S to Q to R. So it's asking for this angle right here. So we know that that creates a straight line, right? So 45 plus, we don't know what this is, so we're going to call it x, equals 180. Subtract 45 from both sides, and x equals 180 minus 45, 135. So this is 135. And angle P, so this is looking for this right here. Well, we know that the exterior angle, right, this 135, equals these two added together. So we're going to call this, let's call it P. Why not? Okay, so 65 plus P equals 135. Subtract 65 from both sides. 135 minus 65 is 70. P equals 70. So right here, this is 70 degrees. What you're going to do to fill out these riddles, 97 is T, so I'm going to go find 97. 97. I don't see a 97. It's getting late. Here it is, T. Okay. And 83 is O. So I'm going to go find 83. 83, I'm looking, is O. 83, okay. SQR is 30, 135 is A. So 135 is A here. And 70 is S. 70 is S. Alright, so you're going to fill out this puzzle just like that. Okay? Good luck. Oranges are good for you.